Cool. All right. Very excited to start this live stream. Looking like a hot mess out here, though. Gotta fix my hair. Cool. All right. How to import the render Mixaml on Blender. I actually covered that. I'm pretty sure I covered Mixaml, yeah. But we're actually gonna cover some Mixaml stuff today. Sorry, what'd you say? You said, hello, sir. Need a complete explanation of camera tracking window. Yeah, that'll be on the list as well. All right, so let's see. We got YouTube rolling. We are good to go. We are live on YouTube. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start the recording, go into kind of tutorial mode here, and then I guess I'll just put OBS over here for you guys. Can I put it on the bottom part of this window? Oof. All right, cool. Here's what I'm gonna do, guys. I'm gonna flip you around, put you right here so you guys can see what I'm doing, and then I'm going to pull this. How's that, guys? Is that okay for you? Good, bad, happy, sad? We see you from India. Amazing. All right, guys, here you go. You should be able to see everything now, and I'm gonna hop right into tutorial mode here. Hey guys, welcome back to another tutorial. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make a man run and emulate smoke. I'm totally going to restart this recording because that sounded awful. Okay. Hey guys, welcome back to another tutorial. Today we're going to be making a smoke simulation where we have a man running and he's actually emulating the smoke. So I'm going to show you guys exactly how to do that. The very first thing we're going to need is a model. So I actually have this model that I've downloaded from CG Trader. I've uploaded it to Mixaml, and what we're going to do now is we're actually going to rig our character. So I'm going to go next here, and it's going to give you these options. I'm going to go ahead and select where my chin is, my wrists, my elbows, my knees. It's just going to give you all these tracking points and the groin area, and we're going to go ahead and select standard skeleton 65, click on next, and this is going to go ahead and auto rig our character right here. So let's go ahead and wait for that. And as soon as that is done, it'll just show you like a preview of what this is going to look like, and then we can select our animation right after that. This might take a quick second, so be patient. But I do promise you the results are awesome, and you can do this with any character, so definitely keep that in mind for your future projects. All right, here we go. It's looking good. Our character is properly rigged. As you can see, they're just demonstrating a nice idle animation. So I'm going to click on next. I'm going to click on next again, and it's going to replace my old character that I was using. And then on the top left here, I'm just going to type in running, and we're going to go ahead and find something where our character is running. This one looks pretty good. Let's go ahead and zoom out and take a look at that. That looks pretty good. This one, he's running very, very fast. Let's go ahead and see what we got here. All right, this one looks pretty good. I'm going to turn the overdrive down a little bit so he's running a little bit slower. I think that's pretty much perfect. We're going to go ahead and download this FBX file. So I'm going to click on download. FBX with skin is fine. There's really no skin on this character. 30 frames a second is fine. You can do 24 or whatever you like. I'm going to go ahead and click on download. We're going to go ahead and wait for that to download. It should not take too long. The character is very simple. I'm going to hop over to Blender. I'm just going to delete this default cube, and I'm going to delete the light. I'm going to go to File, Import, FBX, and then we're going to go ahead and locate that file. It should be running 1 FBX. There it is. And as you can see, our character is now imported into Blender. So I'm going to go ahead and play that. That looks really good. As you can see, he only kind of goes out to frame 35. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take all of his keyframes, and I'm actually going to scale them up to frame 90. So now he's running much slower. So we have the same motion, it's just stretched out all the way to frame 90. I'm also going to go to my output properties and make that final frame 90. Okay, and I'm going to snap to my camera, and I'm just going to go ahead and save this to my desktop as Smoke Man. That's fine, and save Blender file. Cool. All right, so now I'm going to snap back to my camera. I'm just going to go ahead and even out all my values for the camera. Kind of zoom out here. Whoa, what in the world? Sorry, guys. All right, we're going to go ahead and give this a X rotation of 90 and a Z rotation of 90. We're going to go ahead and jump back to frame 0, and then we're going to move this on the X axis snap back to the camera, and we're going to move it up on the Z-axis. We're looking pretty good. I'm going to head over to rendered view. We're just going to kind of set up our scene here in cycles. We're going to be using our GPU today. And then I think for our world color, we're going to keep that at a nice dark color. I'm going to go ahead and add in a light. I'm just going to add in a point light, bring it above our character, and I'm going to make the value 2000. That looks fine for now. You can put this light wherever. We just need some light for our scene. I'm going to add in a plane under our character. Again, just setting up the scene here, not really doing much. And then for our floor plane, we're just going to go ahead and give that a nice dark shader. We can make that metallic with kind of like a low roughness. Let's go ahead and take a look from the side. So far, so good. I'm going to increase the radius of our light to 2. That looks pretty good. And then I'm going to also just move it kind of back here behind our character, just to kind of give us that nice dynamic lighting look. And then for our world color, now that we have light, I'm going to go ahead and change that to black. So now we have this nice silhouette. And things are looking good. And if we watch, we're moving from right to left with our character. I'm going to click on our camera, and I'm just going to make it an 85mm lens. I'm going to zoom it out on the x-axis, just kind of bring it back a little bit, just so we're right above that floor plane. And then I'm actually going to animate the camera. I'm just going to insert a location keyframe at frame 1. Jump over to frame 90, and then I'm just going to move it along the y-axis a little bit so we're kind of following our character. And I'm going to keyframe that as well. So now if we play that back, you can see that our camera now follows the character. Pretty simple right there, just some simple camera movement. I'm also going to scale up this plane a bunch so that no matter what, we always have that nice horizon line. Perfect. All right, I'm pretty happy with this so far. I'm probably going to end up adding more point lights in the future, but for now, let's go back to solid view and let's set up our actual smoke simulation. So I'm going to go ahead and add in a mesh cube here. I'm going to bring it up on the Z-axis. I'm going to scale it up a bunch, and we're going to make sure that we are in our ghost mode here. Just click this little icon up here so we can see through all of our objects. And I want to go ahead and see where the character ends. So he ends at about there, so you just want to make sure in our side view that our cube is containing everything here. So I'm going to scale it down, kind of move it down like that, maybe match it up with the floor plane a bit. We can adjust this all later, and I'm going to scale it on our x-axis as well. That looks pretty good. And let me go back to frame 1. It looks like he starts here and he ends about there. And this is pretty good. This is going to be our actual smoke domain. I'm going to scale it down on the y-axis a little bit, and then I'm going to go ahead and move it on the y-axis so that he is still inside of the frame. So let's go ahead and play this back. This looks good. Now this is kind of a short animation. We can always adjust the timing later, but for now let's go ahead and go to Object, Apply Scale, and now we're going to go ahead and have this cube selected and add a fluid object, and type we're going to do domain, and then under this setting right here, domain type, we're going to click on gas. Just save that real quick. Go ahead to your fluid cache area, even though this is a smoke simulation, and on our desktop I'm just going to type in cache tutorial, and I'm going to go into that folder and click on accept. And now when we bake our simulation, everything is going to end up in there. So now the question is, what will our smoke emitter be? It will be our person. So you want to actually click on the mesh, make sure you don't click on the actual bones, click on the mesh, add a fluid type. We're going to click on flow, and then flow type is going to be smoke. And then this is where you get to decide if you want it to be geometry or inflow. We're going to do inflow so that he is constantly putting out smoke. For that internal temperature, initial temperature, we're going to do 0. And we should be set up. You can do an initial velocity. I'm not going to do it right now. I think everything's looking pretty good so far. Click back on our domain. For now, we're going to do 32 resolution divisions. The density, we can just do 0 for now. And then we need to set our end frame, which is going to be 90. And we should be good to go to set up this bake. Now, the first thing we want to do before we do that, though, is where it says replay here, you want to click on all. Now we should be good to go. Let's click on bake all. Now let's play this back. And as you can see, our person is generating smoke. So things are starting to look pretty good. Let's go ahead to our rendered view and just kind of see what that looks like. And as you can see, we can't see anything for some reason. Why can't we see anything? Something's being a little glitchy right now. Hold on one second, guys. Smoke is there. I am going to restart my Blender document, which you have to do sometimes. Apologies for that, guys. I will probably cut this part out of the tutorial. Yeah, something fishy is happening here. Alright, we should be able to see our smoke at this point. Let me go ahead and check our light path settings. Oh, volume is at 0. Apologies for this, guys. This should not be happening. You can see it easily in our solid view here. Yeah, I'll definitely be cutting this part out of the tutorial. I'm not sure why that's happening. Hold on. Gas, yep. Border collisions. Where's our material? Oh, I don't think maybe we just don't have a material set to that. Flow, smoke color. Alright guys, no idea why the smoke's not showing up. That is the first time that's ever happened to me. I'm going to stop the recording. Apologies for anybody on YouTube. Again, if I missed your comments, I don't think I did. We're good. That should absolutely not be happening. Sorry about that, guys. Why can I not see the smoke? Maybe we'll try to bake again real quick. Let me free all, and then I'll just do like 50 for our resolution. And let's go to our object here, inflow, use flow. I guess I'll change the internal temperature, see if that changes anything. And I'm gonna go ahead and click bake. Very odd that it's not showing up. Apologies again, guys. Don't know why that is. Smoke is not showing up at all. Okay. This is one of those things one of those moments in Blender where I have no idea why it's not showing up. So if anybody knows, let me know. No idea what's going on right now. Volume, maybe, no. We're on cycles, right? Yep, cycles, supported, yep. Don't really need that many samples. 25. Maybe it's just too dark to see. Here, let me try something. No. Weird. What's weird is you can easily see it in the solid view here, and it looks great, and the guy is actually emitting smoke, but for some reason I can't see it in rendered view. And now I feel like an absolute idiot. Why can't I see it? Maybe it's an overlay that I turned off. Let me see. Nope. Everything should be in there. That's whack. Options, no. Damn, guys. Really apologies for that. Delete the default cube. Can you transfer to material? Yeah, let me just see what I can do here. I don't know why this isn't doing anything right now. Come on, Blender. Embarrassing me, bro. Everything else looks fine. Our character is running. We're chilling. Transfer the smoke to materials. Smoke inflow, smoke color, density. The render settings should be set up properly. I have never been this confused. I've never had this problem with a smoke simulation before. The only thing I can think of is that I baked it in the incorrect way. All resumable 90, cache tutorial 50, adaptive samples gas. And this is definitely set to smoke inflow, yep. And this should be gas 50, yep. Gas. Let me just try to bake it again, see what happens. Turn off the cube. Oops. That was a good idea, but no. Well, the funny thing is the cube is the actual domain. Like, this is the domain right here. The guys, I literally have done 15 smoke simulations in like the past couple of weeks, and I have never had this problem ever. It's like one of those moments where I'm like, this would happen while filming the tutorial. Try experiment in cycles. Yeah, let me try it. If that worked, I would have lost it though. You know what's funny? If we go to Eevee, watch it show up. No, doesn't even show up in Eevee. So weird. Maybe I'm doing too much right now. Here, let me X out of Chrome. Boggled, guys. Revert. Is our character... Oh, you know what the other thing is? You know what I can think of that might be it? Our particle size. Sometimes when you have a particle size that is too big and the object itself is bigger than the particle. All right, let's just try to make the resolution smaller. So free all, let's do like 100 and just see what happens. That could work. Sometimes it has to do with that. Let's just see. And if it's not, I apologize again. It is baking the simulation properly, so I'm not sure what's going on here. And thank you guys for your patience. This is why it takes me so long to put out a tutorial, because dumb stuff like this will happen. Nothing. But you know, it's funny, if you look, the smoke simulation's there. It looks great. Like he is emitting smoke, but now I can't see it in render. So strange. So strange. Thinking. I'm just gonna type, I'm gonna just type it in on Google real quick. Blender cannot see smoke sim in rendered view. Spelled all that wrong. Yeah, here we go. Okay. Need to add a material to the smoke domain. I thought it has a default material though. It should have a default material. It says it's literally right there. So weird, guys. So weird. Alright, let's just try to make a... I guess we could make a material, but still it should be working. What's the materials they give us here? I'm pretty sure you just need a volume. What is it? Volume scatter? I'm pretty sure like that's literally all you need right there. Oh, am I touching... or am I... Did I do that right? No, I don't think I did. Check the rendered settings. Yeah, I did. I did. Thank you for helping me troubleshoot. I have absolutely no clue why. It's like, it's weird because it is kind of like it's the material, but it's also like not the material. This should be that material. I'm going to try this again, guys. I'm going to try it. I'm going to free all, and then I'm going to do 32. Maybe it'll work now. Let's try it again. Weird. Displacement. Density. Weird. Okay. No idea, guys. The default smoke color. You know what's funny is like it's applied to our guy, but yet not applied to the actual domain. Oof. I feel defeated, guys. I don't know. Change the plane color to white. Yeah, oops, sorry, Mike. It's not letting my comments come through. The plane color is fine. I mean, I can change it to white if you want, but so strange, guys. So strange. That looks cool, though. I'm not gonna lie. Huh, that looks interesting. Sorry if I'm missing these YouTube comments. I don't think that I am because I don't see any, but YouTube can be a little strange sometimes with the comments. Try everything again from scratch. Honestly, I'm about to. I don't know what's up. You know what I might do, guys? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to restart the tutorial, but let me just verify that this is going to work real quick. And we're just going to click on our default cube and add a quick smoke. Go to our rendered view. Go to cycles, and just check that it's working. All right, we're just gonna go with this. So we'll do this tutorial again, but we will use Quick Smoke this time instead, and then we'll add in our Mixamo character. How about we do that? Because I no idea why that wouldn't work. It's the exact same thing as... Damn, that is so frustrating. But whatever. We'll do it again. Oh my gosh. Apologies, guys, for that. But I guess we'll just start over. I really wanted to make that work, and I don't know why it wouldn't work. But that's fine. Alright. Let me start a whole new document. Be right back. Crying. Alright. I am going to restart the tutorial, and we're going to see how fast we can roll through this. Cool. All right, here we go. Hey guys, welcome back to another tutorial. Today we're going to be having a man running while emitting smoke. So this is going to be a really cool effect, and it's actually really simple to do. So what I've done here is I've uploaded this default character that I found on CG Trader to Mixamo, and I've actually assigned a custom rig to him, which was very easy to do, and I covered that in another tutorial. And then I'm going to go ahead and download the FBX file, and we're going to import that into Blender. So in our new Blender file, the first thing we want to do is click on our default cube, go to Object, Quick Effects, and we're going to go to Quick Smoke. And then before I do anything else, I'm going to go ahead and save this to my desktop as Smokeman 2. Okay, go ahead and save that. And then I'm going to now go to File, Import, FBX. I'm going to locate my document that I downloaded called Running FBX. And as you can see, we now have our character. Now, I want this animation to last about 90 seconds. So the first thing I'm going to go is to my output settings and go to 90 for my frames. Sorry, not 90 seconds, 90 frames. Highlight all these keyframes here, and I'm going to scale them up to frame 90. So now our guy is going to be running much slower because I scaled up all of his original keyframes, and he'll be running very slowly. As you can see, our smoke simulation is working great. We're in cycles with our GPU enabled. Now we want our man to be our smoke object. So I'm going to go back to frame 1, click on our cube here, which is our domain, go over to our domain gas settings, scroll down to the cache, click on all, and then I'm going to click on this little folder icon, and I'm going to locate this folder on my desktop called Cache Tutorial. I'm going to go into that. Now everything's going to be saved into here. But before we bake again, let's make our final frame 90. So that's our end frame. Now let's go ahead and check out the side view here and see where our guy starts and where he ends. He starts right in the center, and at frame 90 he ends over here. So I'm going to scale my domain on the y-axis. And I'm also going to bring it up. Another thing I'm going to do is delete that cube that came with the domain. I'm going to bring this up a little bit. That looks good. So now we have our man running inside of our domain. Now I'm actually going to save this again. Click on our mesh for our man here. And then we want to go over to fluid. And we want to do fluid flow, type smoke. Instead of geometry, we want to click on inflow there. We can keep all these settings the same, and now we should be good to go. So let's click on our domain again. And 32 is fine. Let's just go ahead and test this bake out and make sure everything is working correctly. Now, as you can see, even though we're at a very low resolution, our man is indeed emitting smoke. So let's go ahead and check that in the rendered view. And as you can see, there's our smoke right there. We're actually in Eevee, so I'm going to switch over to cycles. And as you can see, the smoke is looking really good. I'm going to go ahead and set up my camera so that it's in a good spot for us to start setting up our scene. I'm going to reset every value to 0. I'm going to make our X rotation 90. And I'm actually going to bring this back on the X axis, make the Z rotation 90, snap to my camera, and then I'm going to keep backing this up until we're in a good spot for our scene. I'm going to bring our camera up on the Z axis, snap back to my rendered view here. Everything's looking pretty good so far. I think I'm going to add in a floor plane so that we have something to kind of sit under our character here. This looks pretty good. We're going to have to line everything up when we're ready to actually go and render. Bring this down so that it's just below our character's feet. I'm going to go ahead and make this a darker color. I'm going to click on our light, make that 2000 for the power, and I'm just going to move our light kind of back here so it's back behind our scene. Now what we're going to do is we're actually going to rebake this animation, but first I actually want to click on my camera and I want to go to frame 1, and I want to insert a location keyframe here. Everything looks good, and then go to frame 90 and move to, move on our y-axis over. So we're kind of following our person here. Cool. So now we have a nice animation camera movement for our scene. Everything is looking very, very good. And now we need to go ahead and rebake this at a higher resolution because this doesn't look very good. So I'm actually going to click on my domain, go back to solid view so things are running a little bit more smoothly. I'm going to free all, and then we're going to go ahead and rebake this at a very high resolution. I'm going to type in 256. Now this is going to take a second. So you're going to probably have to wait. I'm going to cut this and come back when it's done. I'm going to click on bake all, and it's going to actually run through every single part of this animation and check all the physics. So I'm going to cut this part out and come right back when it is done. Now for those of you watching the live stream, I can answer your questions while we wait for this bake. And again, sorry guys that it's been so chaotic with trying to get this to work, but apparently I just needed to restart the entire project. Yeah, so this actually isn't going to take as long as I had thought, which is okay because we can actually set up some really cool stuff here with the lighting. We can really mess with this scene and get it to look the way that we want to. And if anybody is commenting on YouTube, I apologize. I am not seeing your comments. So if you are, I apologize. I don't see them. Maybe YouTube's just not showing them, or you guys just aren't commenting. So we're about 16% here, so we're going to wait a second. I'm going to flip my Instagram camera back so you guys can see me for a second, and then we'll come back to the tutorial in a moment here. If you guys have any questions, though, feel free to drop them. I can't see the man in the smoke. The point is that he's made of smoke. Hey, bro, maybe please make a rigid body tutorial. Actually have made that before. Why is this thing not want to work? Here we go. Sorry, guys. Is that okay? Just easier so I can actually fit my charger in there. Cool. We're at about frame 30 right now. Very excited to see what this is going to end up looking like, though. I'm actually going to stop the recording. We'll cut that off in Premiere. We'll edit all that together. You could have used an adaptive domain, actually. Blender does not have to calculate such a big space. Oh, that's a great idea. Is that what adaptive domain means? Okay, I just learned something new. What about, also, hi Adam, nice to see you, man. Message me back on Discord. What about a man on fire? Yeah, we could probably do that. Smoke simulations have been a lot of fun. Like I've been having a ton of fun making them. They're just a good time. So, can you simulate smoke downside? Wait, smoke downside? What? I am confusion. Oh, the other thing I kind of forgot to do, we can always rebake the simulation later, is have the smoke like actually fall down, you know what I mean, kind of like dry ice. That would be really cool. But for this tutorial, I'm just going to do that the smoke is rising, just like normal. Yeah, you can. You can what? We're at 58%, guys. We're getting there. Actually, we're further than that. I don't know why it's saying 58%. We're way further than that. There we go. All right. For those of you on YouTube, thank you for your patience. Yes, you can. You can simulate smoke downside. I don't know what you mean by that. I apologize. Does force fields affect physics simulations? Yes. Especially smoke. You can go crazy with smoke simulation in a force field, yeah. You can do some pretty cool stuff in Blender. It's just like takes forever to simulate things. Like right now, like I wish this thing was done so I could actually see what it's going to look like. Obviously, it's taking a hot minute here. I should have been timing it to actually let people know how long the simulation actually takes. But yeah, I just didn't. I think this is going to be a good one though, guys. I'm really excited. The particle size is very small. Game that you developed? What? We're almost done here. Alright, I'm going to point you guys towards the screen again in a second here. Which game did I develop? I didn't develop... Well, actually, I helped with Mr. Excuse me, Mr. Putt. Pardon me. Guys, we're almost done. We are almost done. 81. 82. Alright, I'm flipping you guys back around. Cool. So you guys can see that. Perfect. All right, guys, the simulation should be done very shortly. I'm gonna restart the recording. Well, start it up again. What's your GPU configuration? That is on my profile. If you go to my profile on Instagram, all that stuff is listed there. Cool. All right, cool. All right, guys, so we are back and the simulation is complete. Let's go ahead and check it out. As you can see, our man is generating smoke and it looks really cool. It's actually quite realistic, which not that I'm surprised, but it looks really, really good. So this is where we can kind of go in and define our custom lighting and everything like that. It is cool, though. He does look like he is indeed emitting smoke. Now, we could keep our character in here, or we could hide him. If we hide him, it'll look like kind of like this. It actually looks, I think that looks cool, so I think I'm going to keep that. Kind of go to my side here. This is the end. It looks really, really cool. What I want to do is kind of mess around with our lighting. So first thing I'm going to do is make our world color completely black, just to kind of give us a lot of contrast there. I'm going to go ahead and take my light. Where is my light? And this is where we get to play with the lighting a lot. So yeah, this is where you get complete creative freedom. I'm going to duplicate it because I want to have like a 2-point lighting setup. I want one to be like very vibrant orange, and then I want the other one to be like a blue, kind of like Blender blue and orange, like sort of like that. And then what we can do is for one of them, we can have the radius like really high so it covers like a large range or a large part of the smoke. I'm going to bring this up. Or we can have it be kind of like that. So there's like a lot we can do here, guys. I'm also going to go to my camera and I'm going to go to viewport display and turn up that pass part out. And then I think I'm going to go to my lights, kind of bring them up a little bit. I don't want them too close to the ground. Kind of want this one to be further back in the scene, kind of like there. I might even experiment with a area light instead. And then I think for my roughness on my plane, I'm going to turn that up as well. And now let's go over to our shading tab, guys. Snap back to our camera. Click on our smoke domain. And let's take a look at these nodes here. What I would like to do is show you guys what happens when you change the density. Right now the density is 5. Watch what happens when you change it to 100. You get a crazy thick smoke. You can see it looks kind of pixelated. We're going to fix that in a second. Might go with something like 50 or 25. Again, this is going to completely change the way that our render looks, obviously. Like right here, it's like very, very thick smoke. You can go with something like 10. This is where you guys get to completely customize this. Another thing I'm going to do is I'm going to head over to our color management. I'm going to click on high contrast, and then I'm going to just bump up my exposure until I find a level that I like. I think it looks really good. Now, if we pop open this volume tab here, we should be able to fix our pixelation. If you go to viewport, type in 0.1, you should have a much finer edge on that smoke. I believe that should fix it, and then you're going to want to do the exact same thing for the render. So I think 0.1 should do it. And then we're going to go into our light paths, and we are going to just make all these 5 as usual, and we're going to do our total at 25. I'm going to turn off caustics as well. And then we can experiment with fast GI approximation. Sometimes it destroys the image. In our case, it looks like it's not doing too bad. That's not terrible. Looks pretty good. Let's scroll down here. So this is kind of like what we have so far. I actually think it looks really, really good. I actually want to zoom in our camera like more on our subject. So let me just go ahead and bring it down. I think I'm going to bring it down on the Z axis a little bit. And I'm going to keyframe it again. And then I'm going to choose an 85mm lens. Okay. And then we're going to go to frame 90. And let's just see where we're at. I'm going to copy that Z location from our first frame. Head over to 90. And I'm going to paste that in. Cool. That's looking really good. So let's go ahead and play this back. It's going to play quite slowly. But as you can see, our guy is generating smoke. And it looks pretty good. I'm curious to see what this is going to look like when rendered. I have a feeling the frame is going to take a while to render. We have denoising turned on. I'm going to actually check that off and do like 500 samples. And I'm going to go to my output settings. That looks fine. 30 frames a second is fine. You can do 24 or whatever you like. Let's just go ahead and see what this looks like when we render a frame. Let's also see how long it takes. It looks like it's going to take around 5 minutes. I don't think it'll actually take that. Looks like we're still getting some slightly pixelated edges here. A man walking through a space shuttle, is that what you said? That's a... Guys, that's pretty much the tutorial. That's pretty much how you make something emit smoke like that. I think it looks really, really good. I'd be curious to see what you guys do with this technique. But more or less, that is the tutorial. I'm not going to wait for this render to finish, but I will render the full thing so we can actually showcase that at the beginning of the video. But this looks really, really good. So I'm pretty happy with these results. I'm going to go ahead and figure out how to fix this pixelated edge part. That shouldn't be happening with our current resolution that we have on our smoke. So I'm going to go ahead and look into that, and I'll post that in the description down below. But until next time, guys, I hope you did enjoy this tutorial, and I will see you guys in the next video. Cool. All right, that's that, guys. Let's go ahead and figure out what the heck's going on with this pixelated edge, because it should not be doing that. If anybody knows the trick to fixing that, please let me know. Let's see. Sorry, I missed some comments here, guys. I'm just checking. Yeah, we could definitely make some cool stuff with force fields. No idea why the edge of that looks pixelated. It shouldn't look like that at all. Excuse me. It still looks pixelated. Oh my god, I can't even say the word. Light paths, curves. Instagram is acting up right now, but whatever. There should be no caustics, so we don't have to worry about that. Is it transmission that is running the smoke? No, it should be volume, right? There it is. Oh wait, hold on. Transparent. Uh, 20, 30. Cool. All right. Sorry guys. Sea waves. Is that? Are you just throwing out random suggestions? I mean, that's fine, but let's see. Is it possible to do 0.01? Wow. Maybe it is. Maybe it's not. .01. Guys, no idea why it would take that long to render though. Let me just look something up real quick. Blender pixelated smoke edge. Because obviously that is not what we want. Increasing the filter glossy amount. Huh. Yeah, let's try it. Filter glossy. Increasing it? Is that what it said? I don't know how that would help. No, it doesn't seem to be helping at all. Does anybody happen to know the solution to that, or no? Nobody? Okay. Still no comments. Okay, apologies, guys. I'm having a problem with the smoke simulation, and it is pixelated. Minimum visible opacity. Weird. Okay. Shouldn't be doing that, correct, guys? I'm pretty sure. Is it point 001? Don't know if that's possible. My computer is struggling right now. I can solve the problem. Yeah, what is your solution? I'm all ears. Shouldn't be like that. Is it voxel data? No, it can't be. I can solve the problem. Okay. Like I said, I'm listening, man. If you got the solution, by all means, please let me know. We could try to redo the simulation, but I don't know. I was pretty happy with the way that looked. Weren't you guys? I was. It's not like we can shade smooth, right? Because it's like, it's not really like a mesh. High resolution smoke simulation. Nope, nope, nope. Hi, bro. Oh, what's up, man? I love how he says, I can solve the problem, then he leaves. Can you solve the problem? Alright, you know what? I thought it was this, really, I did. I mean, we could continue to add more samples, but it shouldn't be like... Max life ounces. I don't know, guys. I don't know. But either way, I'm probably going to get a bite to eat soon. I was planning on doing more tutorials today, but I need just like a quick break. I'm sorry, what did you say? He started following me. Thank you. I appreciate that. Performance. No. Tile size 2048. I don't know, guys. Oh, wait. Wait. Pixel size. No, I can't be. Bake. Damn, there's really not a lot of information on fixing that pixelated edge, is there? I thought people were going to have more to say about that. Anyway, this guy looks awesome, but man, does it make your computer slow. How in the world, why in the world would it be like pixelated like that? If I go to, yeah, because the actual size of the thing is right there. Like if you look in the corner, it gets like right there. Let's bring this down a little bit. That is so strange. Like, is it even the same as that pixel size is the question. And I don't think that it is. I guess I could enable motion blur to help a little bit, but I shouldn't have to rely on that, right, guys? Like, this shouldn't be looking pixelated at all. I don't think. Weird. And the only fix online just says to, hold on, Blender, pixelated, smoke edge. Yeah, nothing. Oh, dude, did you post the thing? No, you didn't. Okay. All right. Well, Instagram. I'm gonna hop offline for a sec. Maybe I'll hop back on, answer some questions, but for now, I'm gonna try to fix this and as well as YouTube, guys. Um, so yeah, for now, take it easy. I know one of you asked if I would post this online. I will post it for now, but maybe I'll remove it later. I don't normally post lives. Actually, all this is on YouTube. So if you guys want to catch the live, I'll send you a link on YouTube. Yeah, I'll do that. So I'm not gonna post it to my Instagram, but man, I wish I could figure out the issue with that because it's really frustrating that that's happening because everything else looks great. Like the whole simulation itself is looking amazing, but and it's not. The crazy part is that's not even the top. Like I could have made it so much more detailed than that, but it shouldn't be pixelated like that. So I don't know what's up. I don't know what's up with it, but all right, guys. Well, for now, I'm gonna hop offline. It's been real. I'm glad I got to finally live stream again. And if you guys have any last minute questions, I can answer them. But you know, like I said, I don't know why I can't figure out this simulation. For the most part, that is the simulation. Like that's how you would make a smoke simulation like that. But it should not be. I don't know. It shouldn't be pixelated on the edges. That's very very strange. It's like unless I have something is not enabled properly. Let me see. System. No, I mean, it looks fine to me. I don't know what else would be happening with the edge there. My light sources are set to like, maybe is it this one? Can't be. Can't be. Sorry, you guys can't even see what I'm doing right now. Like I said, I'm trying to fix it. Total pain that it's not, that the edge is like that. It should not, absolutely should not be like that. The only thing I can think of is like a higher resolution simulation, but even if I did that, it's like, I don't know. I don't know.